The moment the client enters the hypnotic state is the moment most training programs stop teaching. That's why I wrote this book. I've been a hypnotherapist for over 15 years. In that time, I've tried and tested more techniques than I can count. I've watched lives change in my office in ways that still surprise me. People stuck for decades shift in a single session. Patterns that had run for 30 years dissolve. Identity changes I couldn't have predicted. I learned how to do this work because I was lucky. Early on, I had a mentor who was extraordinary. He didn't teach me from a script. He taught me how to think, how to listen, how to read what was actually happening in the room and respond to that, not to a plan I had made before the client walked in. Years later, I started mentoring practitioners myself, and the same gaps came up over and over again, regardless of where they had trained. The questions were almost never about how to hypnotize someone. Certification programs teach that part well enough. Inductions, deepeners, scripts. Most practitioners can put someone into the hypnotic state on day one of seeing real clients. The questions were about everything else. What do you do when the script doesn't fit the client? What do you do when the client doesn't go under? What do you do when emotion surfaces that the training didn't cover? What do you do when nothing seems to be happening and the silence stretches into the part of the session where you're supposed to be doing the work? And underneath those clinical questions were quieter ones. The ones practitioners didn't always know how to ask out loud. How do you build a practice that doesn't break you? How do you know when to refer out? How do you understand what's actually happening at the subconscious level when your client's behavior makes no rational sense? These questions come from competent, well-trained practitioners. They have the certifications, they've passed the exams, and they are quietly stuck because the moment the client enters the state is the moment most training programs stop teaching. The rest of the work, the business of running a practice, the relational dynamics inside a session, the subconscious architecture underneath behavior is rarely covered at all. Advanced Hypnosis is the book I wished I had when I was learning. It is the conversation I have with every practitioner I mentor written down. It is not a collection of scripts. It is a framework for what to do once the basics are in place. 6 sections, 45 chapters, built from 15 years of practice with CEOs, Grammy winners, Academy Award nominees, founders, creative professionals, and elite athletes. Every chapter is something I learned the hard way, in a session with a real client. When the thing I was trained to do stopped working, this book is for the practitioner who has done the training, who has seen what hypnosis can do and wants to do it better, who feels the gap between what they know and what their sessions actually demand, who is ready to move past performance and into the kind of work that creates lasting change.